Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Grimm, and today we'll be continuing our Let's Play of Tangle Tower. Today we're going to start by talking to Fifi. What do you have to say about Fitz?
Name, Fitzfellow. Age, 24. Profession, cryptobotanist. Likes soil, dislikes electric lights.
Hang on. Cryptobotanist? I thought he was just a gardener.
That may well be his preferred label. Mine, however, is more accurate.
Do you and Fitz not see eye to eye, Fifi?
We do not.
Well, I wouldn't have thought so. He's well over 6 foot and you've got to be just barely 5.
So what's your problem with him?
Exactly 1 week ago, I witnessed him sneaking up Pointer Tower. He was making every effort to avoid detection.
So?
He was also carrying a knife. That blade.
It's a troll for gardening.
It is.
Yeah, can you see what happened? She saw Fitz taking the ornate trowel upstairs, not with a
Name,
blade.
Felix Fellow. Age, 53.
Damn!
Profession, none. Likes, collecting objects of negligible monetary value and assigning them personal value. Dislikes, the inescapable realities of human existence. Notes, Felix is my father and legal guardian.
And, is he a good dad?
I have no point of comparison, but I would say no.
No? Why not?
You asked me a binary question. Do not get upset that I provided one of the two possible answers.
What makes him a bad father, Fifi?
He has trouble expressing his emotions, and something of a willful detachment from reality.
Huh. Just like you, then.
Grimoire.
No, he is quite correct.
Damn. Wow! Oh my god. How is this game funny and heavy at the same time?
Name, Percival Pointer. Age, 57. Profession, none.
I'm pretty sure he's an astronomer.
Oh yes, of course. How uncharacteristically forgetful of me. Name,
I mean, he's a
Penelope
dick,
Pointer.
so...
Age, 27. Profession, ornithologist. Likes, birds. Dislikes, insects. Notes, Penelope is very beautiful. I have never had very much in common with her.
Aww.
Name, Poppy Pointer. Age, 19. Profession, Apparently Poppy has defaced my notes. Under profession, I had of course originally written pianist, but she has crossed that out and written the ghost of Christmas yet to come.
Oh, that's great. That's good.
Do you know who was reading this book?
It belongs to my mother.
And she left it in the library?
No, my mother has not been in the library for some time.
Interesting.
I believe Freya was attempting to communicate something through this painting.
Any idea what it was?
I am not the person to ask. All I see is a blood-red mountain with angry storm clouds brewing above it. As such, I cannot ascertain any meaning from it whatsoever. There is a drawing of me, a drawing of Detective Hawkshaw, and a drawing of Poppy and Fitz. This photograph is my favorite photograph.
So, why'd you rip it in half?
That was not me. Besides, it was not a half that was ripped off. It was only a third.
That's why. That's why she laughed.
Laughing?
She was laughing at Poppy's old appearance.
A wooden
Nice.
carving of my father, made by my father. Although, now that I look at it, I do not understand how he was able to paint the red parts without any red paint.
Because it's right here.
It is a model of Freya, made by my father.
A model of Flora, you mean?
And a man with a beard. And a little red and white creature.
Why would my father make a model of Freya? Why Why did Poppy leave shards of glass all over this statue?
What makes you think it was Poppy?
The statue lives in the music room. Who else would it be? The fruit here has a unique chemical makeup. It makes them completely pointless. Unless you wish to cut it down and sell it as a precious stone.
It's not edible.
Depends.
On what?
On the structural integrity of your teeth.
And stomach.
I am scared of birds.
Why?
It is an irrational fear. I have no suitable explanation.
Oh,
Now this
Fair
is
enough.
interesting. Where did you find it?
in the astronomy tower.
And yet, it does not concern the field of astronomy.
Nope.
In fact, you could even say that entomology is the exact opposite of astronomy.
Yeah, you could.
I would not say that, however.
Oh, you wouldn't?
No, it would be quite naive. To study science in any field is to study the connections between all matter in the universe, living or inanimate. A book. My book.
And what's in it?
Pages.
I fucking love that.
An item from Poppy's childhood. Her earliest piano lessons hold some special significance for her.
Why's that?
No idea. She has never
of
graced me
Freya.
with the details, and I am not forthcoming enough to ask.
You two are friends, right?
We are, yes.
But
It is clear to me now that Poppy has become tired of my company.
is it anything to do with Freya?
Oh, no. The changes in Poppy's mood have nothing to do with Freya. Her concerns simply lie elsewhere.
Who is that in the photo?
I'm quite sure that I have no idea.
So funny.
What's wrong?
Earmuffs do not go on statues.
What? Why does Fifi and Penny have the same reaction to that? Like, damn, take a joke.
What a mess. Penelope should tidy up after herself.
These weren't dropped by Penny. They were dropped by birds, I think.
My argument stands. It is a flower. It reminds me of something, but I cannot say what. Who is this her to whom the message refers?
Well, I don't know exactly.
Then how can I meaningfully evaluate this object? Next!
Yeah, that was the last one.
There's something about that diary we found in Fifi's room. Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
Alright, let's ask her.
Is this your diary, Fifi? We found it in your bedroom.
Of course it is mine. Ridiculous question.
Why is it locked up like that?
You seriously require an explanation. Very well. A fairly common concept, the so-called secret diary, is favored in particular by girls between the ages of 10
So, there are secrets written in here?
and... This particular diary is unused.
It doesn't look unused.
I'm sorry. Cessant's being annoying. It's Fifi's diary. She has written it. It's somebody else's diary. It's not a diary at all.
It's Fifi's diary, and she has written in it.
I'm not sure about that.
Me neither.
This particular diary is unused.
It doesn't look unused.
Someone else's diary.
It's somebody else's diary.
How could you arrive at that conclusion? It is kept in my bedroom. It is mine.
We need a clue to compare with the diary. Something to prove who the original owner was.
Let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see. Okay. Strange metal device. Wait, no, not. Ooh, I don't know. Wait, fuck, I forgot. Something to compare directly with the secret diary. The bird book?
That's not it. That kinda makes sense, but no.
It's Freya's. That's the thing. Oh,
That's not it.
no. I thought a star. Got it.
Let's take a closer look at this.
I just remembered. Look at the book she's holding. This blue book is somewhat similar to the secret diary, which proves it belonged to Freya.
This blue book, almost, maybe just. This
There we
blue
go.
book is the same thing as the secret diary, which proves it belonged to Freya.
You were hiding Freya's diary in your room, and you kept it locked, too.
Why would I do either of these things?
Let's see why. Fifi didn't want anyone to see personal secrets within Freya's diary.
Fifi didn't want anyone to see personal secrets within Freya's diary.
Is this true, Fifi?
I know Freya was your friend, but if you're trying to hide something,
You did not know Freya, so this might be difficult to understand. She did her own thing, in her own way. By concealing Freya's written accounts, it is simply my intention to preserve her innocence.
Innocence?
might be easier if you just let us read the diary, Fifi.
Very well. I will open it. However, as you read it, please remember, Freya was the most kind and the most wise person I have ever known.
All right, Fifi unlocked the diary.
Finally. What's in there?
Secret diary. It's back, in the flesh this time. Was it me? Did I let it out? Maybe I should rip up that painting. Soul Bearer works. Impressive little thing. I have 2 now. Need 2 more. Found my way into the middle. Surprisingly simple. Compared to the harp, I saw them, all 5, eyes blacked out. Despite everything, I still have a promise to keep. I'll do my best. She could do with a little company. The fuck does that mean?
A book. My book.
Book.
Pages.
Okay. I want to read that again. So this is from the perspective of Freya. It's back, in the flesh this time. Was it me? Did I let it out? Maybe I should rip up that painting. Okay, it's talking about the red painting. Her nightmare came to life. How did her nightmare came to life in the flesh? Is there something that looks similar? Something alive that looks similar to the painting? Soul Bearer works. Impressive little thing. I have 2 now. Need 2 more. Found my way into the middle. Surprisingly simple compared to the harp. I saw them, all 5, eyes blacked out. Despite everything, I still have a promise to keep. I'll do my best. She could do with a little company. So maybe Penny, because she needs company. The harp opens something to the middle. Soul Bearer works. It's something we need to find still. And something about her painting. Again, doesn't this look like something we've seen before? Alright. Now, let's talk to Hawkshaw. Why not? They could be useful. I forgot to check this
Is
out.
that a clock?
If it is, it's a clock with 4 faces.
Ah, there we go.
I'm
Okay.
guessing it doesn't tell the time.
So what does it do?
So, there's two parts to this puzzle. This is supposed to help spell out 12. This helps spell out 9. This helps spell out 6. This helps spell out 3. However, when we move one of these, it moves the adjacent one. So what you need to do... Okay. Here's 6. Got it.
Nope.
Huh?
So moving any of the hands turns the adjacent hands. It's like cogs on a machine.
Okay, this is 6. This is 9. Okay, I almost have this. I'm one away from getting all this right. Let me keep looking. Let me reset it.
Reset the puzzle?
Yeah. Oh, that's it. You can do it in 2 moves. So,
Reset the puzzle?
move this 6 here, so 6, 12. Move the 3 here, so 3, 9. That's it.
No, that was it.
Nice work.
Really easy.
What's in the box?
A little tool thing? Looks like a telescope, but I'm not actually sure what it is.
Small lens, a small brass tool with a curved glass lens. It has a screw at the base.
Did you get anything useful out of him?
Not sure. What about you?
Nothing worth committing to paper.
I think he knows more than he lets on.
Probably. But talking with him is so tedious. Considerably intelligent, and her powers of observation are enviable. But she has no ambition. No focus.
In her defense, she's still a teenager.
Barely. I'll say this, he's well suited to physical labor.
That's a nice way to put it.
Fitz spends most of his time alone in the greenhouse, but I heard he's been breeding experimental flowers. In secret.
Whoa, scandal.
I just wonder if he's getting restless. Professor Pointer's a respectable astronomer. Keeps himself to himself. What?
We're just surprised.
That was the most polite you've been about anyone.
Professor Pointer's a respectable astronomer.
Wait, I wanna
Keeps
hear that
himself
again.
To himself.
Look, look, look.
What?
We're just surprised.
That
Oh,
was the
that's
most polite you've been
hilarious.
About anyone.
I find her rather embarrassing. Little more than a spoilt child.
Penny must be at least 25.
27. Just makes it worse. Poppy has remarkable musical talent. She could be famous, wealthy even, if she wanted to.
She'd probably have to leave Tangle Tower first.
Quite.
Now, the fun part.
Tangle Tower. No idea why they insist on calling it that. It's not even a tower. It's little more than a pair of turrets stuck on either side of a mansion.
Have you searched the whole place?
I believe so. Why?
He wants to know if you found any secret rooms.
Huh. I'm afraid the residents of Tangle Tower are far too ordinary for anything like that. I was disappointed too. You truly consider this a case file?
What's wrong with it?
No organization, no system.
That's my style. I like seeing everything laid out at once. Yeah, it helps me think.
How quaint.
Like you do any better, bitch.
Have you deciphered the meaning of those 4 symbols on the harp?
We're working on it.
That's a no then. Where'd you dig that up?
It wasn't buried. It was underwater.
Someone trying to conceal evidence, perhaps?
Most likely. Alright, what about the opened letter?
Conveniently, it's useless until you can prove to whom it concerns. Can you do that?
No?
No.
Fuck you! Damn!
Paints.
Yep.
Paints.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one's filled with blood, so yeah.
Makes quite an impression, doesn't it? Although I can't imagine why she painted Flora wielding a knife.
You didn't see a knife anywhere in Flora's room, did you?
I did not. I conclude whatever stabbed Freya must have been brought into the room from outside. Unless, of course, it was the painting itself.
Surely you don't believe in that kind of thing.
A detective's job is to examine every avenue of thinking. A somewhat cumbersome device, and an altogether inefficient way to listen to music.
What kind of music do you like, Hawkshaw?
I like anything.
What a cop-out.
Damn!
I believe that was in Flora's room yesterday, but it was not cracked when I saw it last. You got it open. I'm impressed. I managed it myself yesterday. I thought Flora might be hiding something in there.
It was empty yesterday, too.
It was. Perhaps it's always been empty. A book from the library. One of hundreds, no doubt. What makes this one special?
It's about birds.
Yes, I see that.
Ah, you don't gotta talk to us like children, asshole.
I admit, it's powerful. Freya was a talented young woman.
Someone even liked it enough to take a photo of it.
Now, we don't know why they took the photograph, do we? Perhaps they just wanted it for reference.
When did Freya draw the picture of you, Hawkshaw?
I didn't model for her, if that's what you're asking. She must have done it without my permission.
Could just be from memory. It's not quite as detailed as the others anyway.
How odd, isn't it?
A photograph of Freya. Could be important. I'd tell him not to quit his day job. But he hasn't got one, has he?
Wow.
These figurines
Brutal.
remind me of a case I once solved involving a possessed doll. Turned out to be a bit of a smokescreen, as these things often do.
Your life sounds fun. Grimoire, why don't we ever have fun adventures like that?
Are we not having a fun adventure right at this very moment?
I'd say it's a fun adventure.
Some breed of amphibious humanoid. Potentially bipedal. Although none of the statues show the creature's feet.
I guess we'll never know.
Happy he saw Boggy's feet at the end of the last
People
game.
here are surprisingly materialistic, considering how sheltered they are.
Materialistic?
Growing this fruit simply because it produces a gemstone-like material. For what possible purpose, other than financial gain?
You're speculating.
What would you do, Grimoire, if you could grow valuable stone straight from the earth?
Sell them.
3 birds, 1 cage. What makes them worth keeping cooped up, I wonder? Would they not be happier flying free?
But then they might fly away from Tangle Tower entirely.
I wonder if they would.
Interesting you say that.
Where did you find this?
Do you have any theories about where this might have been?
Or who might have had it?
I have several theories. But they are my theories, and I'm not going to share them.
Shut the fuck up.
A diary. Have you read it?
Not yet. It's locked.
And you haven't attempted to force it open?
That would be cheating.
This is a potential murder weapon, is it not?
I don't know. I don't think the murderer would leave the murder weapon just lying around.
I think you'd be surprised as to what people leave lying around. Is that a clue?
Dunno. It was important enough to be framed, though.
I framed my law degree, doesn't make it a clue.
Same? Yeah?
Nice, Grimoire.
Who's that?
Not sure. It doesn't really look like anyone we've met so far.
Strange. One of 3 statues depicting the same creature. This one is wearing headphones. Perhaps they belong to someone who likes music.
They're not headphones. They're earmuffs. For blocking out sound.
Perhaps they belong to someone who doesn't like music.
Wow, what a nice sense of humor.
Do you also have a pile of leaves as a clue?
Well, fuck you.
Not yet. Did you see some suspicious leaves?
And you consider that important evidence, do you?
Hi.
These people really are ridiculous, aren't they?
This belongs to you, Hawkshaw?
Correct.
And, what is it?
It's my handheld microscope for up-close investigation work.
What do you magnify with it?
Trace particles, dust, oils, clothing fibers.
Have you used it here at Tangle Tower?
I have. I used it to examine the greenhouse only 2 days ago.
What were you looking for?
That is between myself
Yeah, we
and
make Shut up. Alright, we're done here. I'll come back when I get the last 3 items. Or then, piss off. Alright, 2 achievements. It's my case file and Tangle Tower historian. Talk to the suspects about the first 2 pieces of evidence you have. Which are both the Tangle Tower painting and the case file. So you show these 2 to each of the suspects, and once you showed it to all of them, you get an achievement for each of them.
Glowing gemstone full of plants.
AKA a greenhouse.
It does look like a gemstone, though.
Tools. Used by a gardener. For gardening.
Is that fruit? It's shaped like fruit.
Too shiny to be fruit. I think it's glowing a little too.
Safe to eat, do you think?
I'm gonna say no.
Ooh, radioactive, delicious fruit. Alright. Pointer?
I imagine you don't visit the astronomy tower too often, do you?
No, but I still see Pointer, sometimes. He's always curious about what I'm growing in the greenhouse. Asks me about the birds, too, and insects. He's pretty clued up on his evolutionary biology.
I didn't think there was much overlap between
Interesting.
astronomy and biology.
Penelope is my fiancée.
Don't take this the wrong way, but Penny doesn't really strike me as your type.
She's not who she pretends to be. People think she's... well, they make assumptions.
And how's the relationship doing? Recently.
Good. It's good.
I hope it is, man. I hope it is. Alright.
Penelope's 3 favorite birds. She's very protective over them.
Are they, like, her pets? Do they have names?
Oh, they have names. Penelope loves to name things.
Do you remember what she named them?
I do not. I've seen beetles with brightly colored shells, metallic shells even. They're relatively common, especially around here. There's a difference between that and actual gold.
It can't be actual gold. Gold is just inside the earth or whatever. You can't make it. That's called alchemy. It was a whole thing.
Well, maybe there is alchemy.
Looks like someone doesn't want you to read that book.
That's the main thing making me want to read it. This is yours, Fitz?
Ooh, he's
Do
mad.
you use it?
I keep all my tools in the greenhouse.
That wasn't what she asked.
Poppy's piano music. I remember when she started learning. She's improved a lot since then.
Yeah, that's generally how it works.
Right. Of course.
Well, he was older at the time, so like a big brother watching their younger sibling get really good at something.
Any idea who this is?
No idea.
I love how everyone agreed, like, okay, yeah, Poppy does not like this phase of her, we'll all forget about it.
Wait, those are mine, the earmuffs. They went missing about a week ago.
What do you need earmuffs for?
I use them for gardening sometimes.
Why? You don't own a chainsaw, do you?
No. I wear them while I'm gardening, and it stops people from trying to talk to me.
That's genius.
That is genius. Which is why I wear headphones outside all the time.
We found these up in the rooftop garden. Do you know how long they've been there?
If you're wondering, people do still talk to me, though.
No, it could have been a long time. We don't ever really clear up the rooftop garden.
Why not?
Nature is unruly. In truth, it prefers to be left alone. A flower.
Yeah, it's a flower. We found it in Penny's room.
Okay.
Mean anything to you?
Why would it?
Come on.
I don't really go into Penny's room or anywhere in Pointer Tower. I just don't have a reason to.
Bullshit.
Those petals,
What?
they're red.
They're red.
You ever seen this before, Fitz?
No, but I don't normally go into Fifi's room.
That's not where we found it.
Oh, I just thought it looks like it belongs to her.
It does, doesn't it? Oh, I love this little music he has.
There's
nice.
something about the report of Fitz going up Pointer Tower. Something suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
Alright.
So, Fitz, I have a report that you were seen sneaking up Pointer Tower. Holding a knife.
That's not right. I don't go into Pointer Tower. I don't own a knife. And I don't sneak. Was it Fifi who told you this?
How did you know that?
A guess. She doesn't like me very much. But yeah, she was mistaken. Maybe she wasn't wearing her eye lens thing.
What do you think, Grimoire?
I think is bullshit.
Fifi did see Fitz, but he was holding something else.
So, if it wasn't a knife, what was it?
The ornate trowel.
What about this?
Ah, that.
Is it yours?
It was a gift. It's sentimental. I have no reason to take it up Pointer Tower. I don't use it at all.
An ornate towel is used by Fitz to look after a potted flower in Penny's room.
An ornate trowel is used by Fitz to look after a potted flower in Penny's room.
That flower.
Yes.
I've never seen it before.
We need a clue to compare to that flower. Something that proves its connection to Fitz.
Let's take a closer look at these.
Look at the soil. Pond soil in Penny's room matches the pond soil found in Fitz's greenhouse.
The pot and soil in Penny's room matches the pot and soil found in Fitz's greenhouse.
Yep.
Let me guess. Penny's flower was originally a gift from you, Fitz. There's no way it's a coincidence.
No way what's a coincidence.
The flower. It looks exactly like Penny.
Yep.
It took me a long time to breed. I wanted the colors to be exactly right.
That's some gift.
Turns out Penny isn't particularly interested in looking after plants. So I go into her room every now and again when she's not there. Water the flower, change the soil, just trying to keep it alive.
Aww. That's really sad, honestly. He put so much effort to making that flower for her, and she doesn't even know it looks like herself. What a bitch. Alright, next, let's go to Felix, I guess. We're almost done interviewing everyone and asking about their suspicions.
Fitz? I don't trust him. He's slippery. Never commits to anything. Brain like an onion.
An onion?
Did you two
Has
have an
layers.
argument?
No, but my daughter doesn't like him at all. And I trust Fiona's judgment entirely. She's a very vigilant young woman.
What about Pointer?
Percival Pointer. Good old... So, what do you reckon? See the murderer?
I don't know, maybe. We still need...
That is not information we're willing to share at this time.
I'm just saying, keep an eye on him. Holds on to a lot of bitterness, does old Pointer. Just because he's always struggled to support his family. Slightly pathetic, really.
And how long have you known him?
Over 35 years.
Childhood friends? Rivals?
Don't know if I'd do him the honor of considering him my rival.
What about Penny?
Penelope seems to have really settled into a groove. She struggled a bit when she was younger. Always a little estranged.
How come?
Well, she was mostly raised by her uncle, and he really only makes time for his own daughter. Now, of course, she's bringing the two families together through her marriage. It's a nice gesture, heartfelt, but futile.
And Poppy?
Poppy's a good friend to my daughter, always has been. I think they get on well because they're so different.
Different like how?
Poppy is, she's quite introspective, good with feelings. Fiona, not so much. Still, Poppy always seems to be sulking about something.
The heavy, heavy price of emotional intelligence.
Yep. That literally is the price for emotional intelligence. Alright, Felix. What about your models?
I've been carving for a couple of years now. I was hopeless when I started, but it didn't take me long to master it, as you can
Sure.
Do you paint them yourself too?
see. I do indeed. Freya kindly taught me the basics. Nowadays, I can make just about anything I can imagine. Of course, this particular model is a self-portrait based on hard fact.
Hard fact, huh? So, you own a sword, Felix?
Of course, I own a great many. But my weapons are stored well away from Tangle Tower. Safety first and all that.
What about these?
Ah, you found it. What do you think, huh? I had to rush the final touches a little bit. It turned out all right, though.
What's it supposed to be?
It's Flora, of course, surrounded by all her favorite people.
I'm just trying to figure out who the Bluebeard is. Oh, Remington!
Ah,
Yeah, Mr. Remington.
Final touches a little
From the
bit.
first game, I think. Because he had a blue beard, and I think he was going bald, and a big nose.
It turned
What's
out
Am I
it's
right?
Flora.
I think so.
Now, this is still in very good condition. Apart from the crack, of course.
What about those shards on the inside of the horn?
Looks like somebody broke a glass and was trying to conceal the evidence. Cunning. That looks like it might belong to Fitz. Bizarre things, aren't they? Penelope seems rather attached to them.
Do you not feel sorry for them in that little cage?
Come now, I'm sure they could leave if they really wanted to.
I mean, he's sort of right.
What's this all about? Some kind of rare jewel?
I'm pretty sure the research is about a real insect.
If it's made of gold, then it's made of gold. Why would someone lock up a book like that?
We think it's a secret diary.
Aha! Teenagers are funny, aren't they? I've never seen that before. Looks valuable.
What? Damn, you're a bitch.
I've never been one for music. Why not ask Poppy instead? Oh dear.
Do you know who this is?
Not a clue.
I think he's just afraid of Poppy finding out he said anything.
The statue was up in the rooftop garden.
Yes, it's been there a while. You can see the brass is slightly tarnished by the elements. But it's not too bad. Might be salvageable.
He just wants to sell the whole house, doesn't he?
Is that a clue? Really?
It might be.
That looks like it might belong to Fitz. Goodness me! Why don't you ask Fiona about that one? Looks like her area of expertise.
Alright. Thanks for the info.
There's something about Felix's painting supplies. Something
suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
Give me a minute.
There's something about the image of Flora in the painting. Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
Later. First,
A map with a dotted line and an X marked on it.
That's a very boring way to describe a treasure map.
it is so boring.
It's Earth.
If Earth was made of paper and gave off a gentle pink light. It's a drinking horn.
Is it full of ale? Or mead, maybe?
Right now, it's just full of dust.
Ugh.
Oh. So, about this paint we found in your room.
Nothing suspicious about it. I used it to paint, obviously. Totally normal thing to do.
We never said it was suspicious.
Come on then, out with it. What exactly are you accusing me of?
It's not your paint pot.
It's not your paint pot. Did you take it from somewhere else?
What on earth? It's definitely mine. I even have proof. Look, the lid matches the ones on all my other paint pots. End of discussion.
That's not the end of the discussion.
We need a clue to compare with Felix's red paint. Something to prove who it actually belongs to.
Well, if we look at Freya's paints,
Let's take a closer look at this.
look. Freya's blue paint pot. Okay, hold on. Let me look. Exactly the same as stolen and replaced with. Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped to hide it.
Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped to hide it.
That red paint is from Freya's supplies, not yours. Swapping the lids doesn't hide what you did.
Why are you bothering me about paint anyway? And none of this is connected to your murder.
Are you sure about that? This red paint pot was destroyed, somehow filled with blood. And then locked away.
This red paint pot was somehow filled with blood before Freya used it to paint Flora.
Oh, that's definitely something. Right, fine. Here's the story. I was busy working on a project when I suddenly realized I had run out of red paint. There was a certain amount of time pressure, so I politely asked Freya if I could borrow hers. Just for a little while, you know, perfectly reasonable request.
But she said no.
I tried to explain why I needed it, but she didn't seem to care. So, well, I took Freya's red paint pot and swapped it with my own empty one.
You went into her room?
Not my proudest moment, but it's just paint. I didn't touch anything else.
And the paint pot you left behind was definitely empty?
Quite. I have absolutely no idea how it got blood in it, if that's what you're asking.
Why were you in such a hurry to get a hold of red paint anyway?
I was trying to finish this in time for Flora's birthday. I needed red to paint the final details.
Could you not have just used a different color?
Out of the question. It had to be red and white.
If you managed to finish it, why haven't you given it to Flora yet?
Well, I decided against it in the end. After what happened, seemed a bit insensitive.
Yeah. By the way, did I miss? I feel like, yeah, I missed a clue.
Supposedly, Freya was working on the painting when she was killed. Looks like she was still holding her paintbrush and palette when she fell.
Didn't even get a chance to clean her brush.
The palette has a variety of paints loaded onto it. The largest is a blob of black in the middle. The paintbrush is still covered with dried red paint. Well, dried red blood.
So, this painting, specifically that knife in Flora's hand.
Yeah, it's creepy. But we didn't find a knife anywhere in the room. So what's going on?
It's not a knife.
It's not a knife. We need a clue to compare with the painting. Something to explain what that knife shape actually is. Let's
Look
take
at the
a
feather.
closer look at this.
The painted knife is actually just a feather from an ink dip
The
bird.
painted knife is actually just a feather from an ink dip bird.
It's definitely the right shape, but the book's not in color. The thing Flora's holding in the painting is red and white, specifically. Is there anything to suggest that the ink dip bird is red and white too?
Actually, yes. Look back at the painted models.
This little thing? I don't understand why Felix would make a model of this bird as part of a gift for Flora. And come to think of it, why would Flora be holding a feather in the painting anyway?
Because the ink dip bird was Flora's pet, so she kept a single feather to remember it by.
The ink dip bird was Flora's pet, so she kept a single feather to remember it by.
She kept the bird as a pet, and it died?
Maybe it flew away.
Flora spends all her time staring out the window.
Either way, she kept the feather. I think it was pretty important to her.
All right, so she was holding the feather while Freya was painting her. But where is it now? You'd think she'd keep it somewhere close by.
Yeah, I think she does. Normally. This is where Flora usually keeps her feather.
In the empty egg.
That we opened it. It's empty.
Mm-hmm. Completely empty. Flora? She's pointing at something in the corner of the room.
It's just a pile of books. They're not. Wait, there's something tucked inside this one.
Flora's drawings. Drawings of Flora and a small bird. There is a handwritten message on the back. These are for you. Love, Freya X. That's so cute. Alright. That is the second to last clue we will collect. What is the last one? Well, first we gotta find the final suspicion from Professor... Fuck. What were their names again? Pointer. Professor Pointer. I'm sorry. Pointer is such a weird last name. I'm sorry. It's hard to keep in my head.
A diary can be a wonderful outlet for an outpouring of one's soul.
How do you know it's a diary?
I suppose I don't, but it does look like a diary.
Fair enough.
Oh, you found a murder weapon?
Steady on. It's just a gardening trowel.
Looks like a weapon to me.
Yeah, because you don't go outside, idiot.
Oh my. This is the first piece that Primrose ever learnt on the piano. Primrose, that is Poppy's mother. She passed it down to Poppy when she started teaching her how to play.
Poppy's piano teacher was her mother?
Of course. Warms my heart to know that after everything, Poppy still has it up on her wall.
Aww.
What a precious photograph. She hasn't changed a bit, has she?
Who?
Oh, if you don't know, perhaps I don't either. I've seen those earmuffs before. They're the ones Fitz always wears when he's out the front gardening.
Always wears?
Whenever I've seen him, yes.
He doesn't want to talk to him.
I think you may wish to adjust your threshold of what you consider to be a clue.
Uh-huh, we've heard that before.
What kind of flower is that?
We're not sure. I think it might be the only one of its kind.
Primrose would know. My wife was a floriculturalist. Best in the field. That's a flower joke, but she was.
Interesting.
Well now, that is most definitely none of my business.
Yep.
Quite possibly none of yours either.
You said that very, like,
Well,
forcefully.
now, what's this?
It looks like it might be a telescope. Thought you might know something about it.
Well, it certainly is a telescope. It has a part there to screw onto a tripod, you see. It's rather small, though. I'm not sure you could see many stars with it.
No, probably not.
Yep. Probably not.
Here's a thought. Do you suppose the paintbrush could be the murder weapon?
Oh, hush
After
up.
all, it was found at the scene, right next to Freya's body.
I guess it's possible.
Yes, very nice. Where is that bird of Flora's? It's been a while since I've seen it.
Every astronomy tower needs a telescope.
I want to try.
Have a look. And look at this.
You can see right into Flora's room.
Not by accident.
I can see Flora, but she's not looking this way. She's looking up. Behind her is the backside of the easel holding Freya's unfinished painting. I can't really see anything behind it. Not from this angle. I can see the doorway. It leads into the hall. The door itself is on the floor, knocked off its hinges. I can just about see the gramophone.
But what's this up here?
Is that a window?
I think it is.
Is there another room above Flora's room?
We should check that next time we're over there. Isn't this supposed to be an astronomy telescope? I'm pretty sure you need to see the sky for astronomy to work.
I can't move it. I think this is just how it's set up.
Interesting.
There's something about Pointer's astronomy habits. Something suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
Yep.
So, Professor, what interests you about astronomy exactly?
It's not a matter of being interested. Once you expand your mind to the wider universe, it cannot be unexpanded.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you been an astronomer?
I really don't like to give exact values unless I'm sure I can quantify them.
Convenient.
Why do you ask me these things?
I have a theory about you, Professor.
Oh? Go on.
You're not really
You're
interested
not
in.
really interested in astronomy at all.
What could you possibly mean by that?
I think you're interested in a slightly different field of research.
I don't have time for tiny, insignificant insects. My studies focus only on the inconceivably large and the unimaginably far away.
Right. That's why you like using your telescope so much.
Yes, naturally. My little portal into another world.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Pointer's telescope was actually looking at the crime scene. Wait. There we go.
Pointer's telescope was actually looking at the crime scene and not up at the sky.
First, you accuse me of being a lowly entomologist. Now you're accusing me of, what, spying?
Are you spying?
Why would I need to spy on Flora?
Why? Because you lost your golden beetle specimen, and it's made you paranoid. You think somebody stole it from you.
Might not have been Flora you were spying on. Might have been Freya.
It's a very precious specimen. Incredibly rare. Valuable in ways you could never understand. Freya was always sneaking around. Both towers and in the gardens, too. She was definitely up to something.
So, this next question is important. You were looking to Flora's room around the time of the murder. Did you witness the crime, Professor?
No, I didn't. When I looked into the room, Flora was already lying on the floor.
Flora? You mean Freya?
No, Flora. She was lying by the window. I couldn't see Freya at all. It was fairly dark. The telescope isn't at a very good angle. That's why I decided to head over there myself. I needed to know what was going on.
This changes your statement, doesn't it?
No, everything I told you in my statement was true.
Apart from the reason you left your tower in the first place.
Yep.
Right.
Let's go over what we know about the crime scene.
Later.
Freya was definitely up to something.
Something to do with the statue in the garden, I think.
Maybe we should go back and check. And we could have missed something.
In a minute, y'all. First, we need to head up to the actual final room. We're gonna investigate the attic.
It's a statue of a wolf, standing up straight, like a man.
Like a werewolf.
You know, there's a name for that.
I know.
It's not quite as dusty as everything else up here. Also, it's not a statue. It's stuffed.
That's even worse. Probably Mr. Remington probably put it up here.
What's in that little box? I bet it's bones. A skull, at least.
You know, maybe I won't open it.
Ah, lame.
It's a jar. The head screws off.
Huh.
I don't like that either.
Someone painted out the window.
Do you think it was done recently?
No idea. Either way, it's pretty suspicious.
Very.
Where's that light coming from?
Well, it's just daylight, I think. There's a decent gap between those floorboards.
You can see right above
Is
the
that
crime
what
scene.
I think it is? Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it
Yep.
is?
Right where Freya got pierced. The clues are starting to fit into. Hey,
Dusty junk.
what the fuck did I say? The clues are finally starting to fit in place, ladies and gentlemen.
What is that?
Not sure. Some kind of reel?
And here,
Looks like it might attach to something.
it's the last clue. With that, we got full menu. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. Reel thingy. A brass reel with a screw on the top. Coiled around the reel is a length of fine red rope. And that's all we needed from up here. Next time in Tangle Tower, we will be talking to everybody one last time about the final clues we found. And then going back to the frog statue and seeing what we can do there to open up the secret passageway Freya was talking about. Until then, I hope to see all you lovely ladies and gentlemen here next time.